Assalamualaikum sir, my name is MELIZA binti Muslimat and today I would like to present our group assignment titled Portfolio Technical Analysis Report. In this report, we study the short to medium-term performance of 5 companies listed on Bursa Malaysia: IOI Corporation Berhad, Nestle M Berhad, Kotra Industri Berhad, Press Metal Aluminium Holdings Berhad, and Carlsberg Brewery Malaysia Berhad. We chose these companies from different sectors like plantation, industrial, consumer goods, beverage, and healthcare to reduce risk and have a more balanced portfolio. To analyze this stock, we use technical indicators such as rate of change, relative strength index, moving average convergence divergence, and stochastic oscillator. These tools help us understand price movement and find the best time to buy, sell, or hold. Our goal is to help investors make smarter decisions using technical analysis.
Let's go through the selected stock in our portfolio. First, we have IOI Corporation's Berhad, which is a leading palm oil producer. Second is Press Metal Aluminium Holdings, which is a key player in the metal sector with growth potentials. Third is Nestle Malaysia Berhad, where a defensive stock with stable earnings and low risk. The fourth one is Kotra Industries Berhad, a pharmaceutical company with a strong brand product. And last but not least is Carlsberg Brewery Malaysia. Let's start with IOI Corporations. For IOI Corporations Berhad, it's focusing on two key indicators, which is the rate of change or ROC and the relative strength index RSI. Let's start with the ROC analysis first. From this chart, we can see that the ROC is currently positive but starting to fall. In simple terms, this means that buying pressure is still there, but it's getting weaker. It recently went up to 3.60, close to the overbought level of 4.80, but has started to drop slightly. That's a sign the upward trend may be slowing down. We saw a buy signal back in early April when ROC moved up from the oversold zone at negative 5.11. Later in early June, the ROC dropped below zero. That gave us a sell signal. At the moment, ROC is still above zero but pointing downward, and the price is pulling back a bit. So the market looks uncertain right now. Moving to our RSI analysis, which provides additional confirmations of the current market sentiments. Currently, the RSI for IOI Corporation is 55.96. This is below the overbought level of 70, but still above the midpoint of 50, which tells us the stock is on a marked upward trend, but nothing too strong. A few days ago, the RSI moved up towards 60, showing that buying activity was increasing. But now, it has started to fall slightly, which means that buying pressure is starting to fade. Overall, RSI has stayed within the neutral zone between 30 and 70 throughout this recent period. This means it's not oversold, so it's not a good time to buy yet because the price isn't low enough to signal that. And at the same time, it's not overbought, so there is also no clear reason to sell it right now.
Now, I will briefly explain the stochastic oscillator and RSI analysis for P-metal. Let's start with the stochastic oscillator. Currently, the %K line is at 86.67 and the %D line is at 88.24, which places the stock in the overbought zone, as both values are above 80. A bullish crossover occurred in late June, where %K moved above %D. This is a positive signal showing strong buying momentum. However, since both lines remain overbought, there is a higher risk of a pullback or short-term correction. In other words, although the trend is strong, the price might slow down and reverse soon. There is also no divergence, which means the current uptrend is still valid and supported. Now for the RSI. The current RSI value is 68.18, just below the overbought level of 70 and well above the neutral 50 level. This indicates strong upward momentum with many investors currently buying. But again, since RSI is close to 70, it's important to stay cautious as this could signal that the rally may be losing strength. Also, looking back to early April, there was a bullish failure swing pattern where RSI dropped below 30, rebounded, and then broke its previous high, a classic buy signal. In conclusion, P-metal remains in an uptrend and shows strong bullish momentum based on both the stochastic oscillator and RSI. However, since both indicators are currently near or in overbought territory, the best action for now is to hold. It is important to manage risk carefully and closely monitor for any sign of reversal before making new buy or sell decision.
Let's dive into our technical analysis of Nestle. As of today, the current price of Nestle M Berhad is RM77.52 ringgit. The stock is currently trading at 7 to 7.52 ringgit Malaysia, showing a decrease of 3.48 ringgit Malaysia or approximately 3.10% for the day. Looking at our buy and sell signals, the sales indicator is currently at 7.740 ringgit Malaysia. The buy indicator is at 79 ringgit Malaysia. We note that the price is currently hovering just above a sell signal, which suggests more bearish pressure. In terms of trend, the chart clearly shows a general downward trend with intermittent rebounds. This indicates that the stock has been losing value over time, though there have been short-term recoveries. Moving to the rate of change ROC, we see a value of 5.01, which is positive. This positive ROC suggests a short-term upward momentum, but is not strong enough to confirm a full trend reversal. Based on our analysis, our recommendation is hold. Here's why. The price is currently below to buy signal of 79 ringgit Malaysia, indicating it's not good time to buy. Additionally, the price is just above the sell signal of 7.750 ringgit, which suggests it's not low enough to sell either. While there's a slight positive short-term momentum, offering some change of recovery, the overall trend is still down. Therefore, we advise caution. We can observe that one MACD line, the blue one, is currently above the signal line, the orange one. This is why we see the histogram bar has green on the right side of the chart, suggesting that the stock currently has some bullish momentum. Looking at the broader picture, throughout the period shown from August 2024 to July 2025, you can see the MACD oscillating above and below the zero line. The histogram bar shift from the red to green as the line across each other. Notice that the indicator hit its lowest point around March 2025 at approximately negative. Notice that the indicator hit its lower point around March 2025 at approximately negative 2.5, which coincides with the stock price also reaching its lower point around 65 Malaysian ringgit. Currently, both MACD lines are near zero. However, the MACD line is slightly positive and above the signal line. This configuration suggests a mild upward momentum, which corresponds with the stock's recent recovery from its March lows back to around the current 7.7551.52 Malaysian ringgit Malaysia.
Now let's move on to Kotra Industries Berhad, which is in the healthcare sector. The first indicator used to analyze Kotra Industries Berhad is MACD. The buy signal will appear when the MACD line crosses above the signal line, while sell signal appear when the MACD line crosses below the signal line. According to the chart, the MACD crossover is bullish but weak, indicating a potential early stage buy. However, the signal is weak and the price is consolidating between 4 ringgit 5 cent and 4 ringgit 25 cent. This sideways movement suggests market indecision. A breakout above 4 ringgit 25 cent would be a stronger buy confirmation. For now, the recommendation is to hold, especially for risk-averse traders waiting for clearer momentum. And the second indicator used are stochastic oscillator. For stochastic oscillator, overbought will appear if it's above 80 and oversold will appear if it's below 20. Buy signal appear if percentage K crosses above percentage D in oversold zone, while sell signal appear if percentage K crosses below percentage D in overbought zone. The stochastic oscillator for Kotra Industries is in a neutral to slightly bullish range with percentage K at 66.67 and percentage D at 70.37. Since percentage K is currently below percentage D, it suggests short-term weakness. There is no overbought or oversold condition, and the crossover lacks strength to indicate a solid entry or exit point. The recommendation remains hold unless a clear buy signal appears from a stronger crossover in an oversold
As shown
zone.
on this chart, Carlsberg RSI is currently at 44.59 with RSI moving average of 45.57. This value is below the neutral 50, indicating bearish to neutral momentum in the market. There are no signs of the stock being oversold or overbought, which means the market sentiment is currently undecided or accumulating. One key observation is that the RSI has been showing slight higher lows, which could signal a potential bullish divergence. However, the RSI trend has been downward since early June. And we can also see a bearish crossover, where the RSI drops below its moving average. Because the RSI remains the neutral zone, not below 30 or above 7C. There is no strong signal for either to buy or sell decisions at this point. Therefore, based on this RSI analysis, our recommendation is to hold the stock. It's better to wait for a clearer momentum signals before making any trading decisions. As shown on the chart, the K% line, which is the blue line, is at 22.92, and the D% line, which is the orange line, is at 25.51, which are both below 30. This indicates that the stock is currently in the oversold zone. Typically, this suggests a possible buying opportunity, as prices might start to reverse upward from this level. Looking at the price behavior, we can see the market has been moving sideways with slight bearish tendencies. The appearance of red and green candlesticks with small bodies suggests market indecision, low momentum, or uncertainty among investors. However, it's important to note that no bullish crossover has occurred yet, meaning the K% line is still below the D% line. This tells us that the reversal momentum is still forming. And while there are signs of a recovery, a clear bullish signal is not yet confirmed. Despite that, the stochastic suggests that momentum is starting to shift from bearish to bullish. Therefore, based on the stochastic, the recommendation is to buy, particularly for those seeking short-term upside potential.
To summarize, across the analysis of IOI Corporation, Press Metal, Nestle, Kotra Industries, and Carlsberg Brewery, most counters show mixed to cautious signals. IOI Corporation presents a weakening ROC and neutral RSI, suggesting a hold. Press Metal displays strong bullish momentum with indicators nearing overbought levels, warranting caution despite the uptrend. Nestle shows mild recovery signs, but the overall trend remains bearish, supporting a hold stance. Kotra Industries maintains a sideways price movement with weak bullish signals from both MACD and stochastic, thus a hold is recommended unless a breakout above 4 ringgit 25 cent occurs. Carlsberg, while bearish to neutral on RSI, shows early bullish momentum in the oversold stochastic zone, indicating a possible short-term rebound, suggesting a potential buy opportunity if momentum strengthens.